school football player named Raymond Adolphus Wood. His alias given to him by BOSSI was Ray Woodall. Wood was sent to infiltrate the Revolutionary Action Movement. At a protest rally outside City Hall in New York, Wood was arrested with the Congress of Racial Equality's chairman, Herbert Callender. Wood gained instant recognition as a serious black militant when a photo of the arrest made the front page of every major newspaper. Now Wood was in like flint as a bona fide militant in the eyes of everyone who saw his face. Wood's next move, under the direction of Tony Ulasewicz of BOSSI, was to gain the confidence of the founders of two organizations, the Revolutionary Action Movement and the Black Liberation Front. The three founders of those organizations were Walter Augustus Bowe, a deadly martial arts expert, Khalil Sultan Said, a young militant Muslim college student, and Robert Collier, who religiously studied the techniques of guerrilla warfare. Three serious black men, sick and tired of nonviolence and false promises from the white ruling establishment who continued to abuse their people. Michelle Duclos was a French woman who was a militant in a group called the Canadian Separatist Movement. Robert Collier sought to get some explosives into New York from Canada through the assistance of Michelle Duclos. The plan by the militants was to show white America that black people meant business against continuous oppression by blowing up America's greatest symbol, the Statue of Liberty, whom the militants named the Old Bitch. Khalil Said, the 18-year-old Sunni Muslim martial arts student, respected and admired Malcolm X and was supposed to help provide security for Malcolm on February 21st, 1965. The guns for Malcolm's security was said to have been stashed in Khalil's house. Walter Bowe wasn't a member of Malcolm's organizations, but his wife Nan Bowe was. The Bureau of Special Services and Investigations were monitoring all members of militant organizations, and the Bowes weren't exempt. The plan to blow up the Old Bitch was still in motion. Michelle Duclos transported the dynamite from Canada to New York by car. Little did the militants know that they were infiltrated by BOSSI's Raymond Wood. On February 16, 1965, Collier, Bowe, Said, and Duclos were all arrested in the plot to destroy the Statue of Liberty.
A Negro extremist and leftist was identified by the FBI as the group's leader. The others were Michel Duclos of Montreal, a member of the Quebec separatist movement, Khalil Sayed of Brooklyn, a former student at Howard University, and Walter Bowe, a judo instructor in New York City. Police said the Negroes all belonged to the pro-communist Black Liberation Front.
A Mr. Bowe, who was involved in this conspiracy, stated that they would like to blow up the Statue of Liberty. It was further discussed to obtain money for their plans by stick-ups and guns by the burglary of a gun store located in New York City. Bowe stated that the statue could be blown up with relative ease. He explained where the charges could be placed. He purchased a souvenir replica of the statue and stated that they could break a lock on the gate leading to the arm and place the explosives there. In that way, they could knock off the head and the arm off, quote, damned old bitch, unquote.
On February 16, 1965, the FBI entered Khalil Said's apartment and confiscated 2 M1 carbine rifles, numerous handguns, and ammunition. The extra guns for Malcolm's protection were in the possession of the FBI. BOSSI agent Raymond Woods got 2 birds with 1 stone. He set up the militants in the Statue of Liberty case and helped to weaken security for Malcolm. Meanwhile, BOSSI agent Gene Roberts, other spies, and some OAAU members were planting seeds and setting up for the removal of loyalist Charles Kenyatta to compromise Malcolm's security even further. All it took was to circulate a rumor that Kenyatta was sneaking around behind Malcolm's back to get Kenyatta suspended from the organization. The team that wanted a clear shot at Malcolm knew that the tough, loyal Kenyatta had to be removed. If they could successfully remove Kenyatta, it would be easy to get to Malcolm. Now, the only security Malcolm would have would be just one man, Reuben Francis. And one man to protect Malcolm wouldn't be enough. Like the late genius Gil Scott-Heron said, we deal in too many externals. Brothers always afro handshakes and dashikis. Raymond Woods, Gene Roberts always displayed a willingness to do all the dirty work. The agents and spies always do. Beware of the volunteer, the one who brothers you to death. Brother, 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 brother this, brother that. I'll stay and mop the floors, brother. I got your back, brother. My brother. There are people whose lives are so far off the track that what they like best about life is stabbing brothers in the back. And Malcolm was obviously too blind and probably too weak to see who was responsible for his losing streak.